Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round one of the Die Hard League tournament that happened on September 14th, 2023. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central at Die Hard Games, featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format anyone wants, really. More info in the description. League Cup on Saturday, September 23rd, starting at 11 a.m., and League Challenge on Thursday, September 28th, starting at 6 p.m., both at Die Hard Games and Central Time. Check out Pokemon's event locator for more premier events at Die Hard Games, such as League Challenges, League Cups, and pre-releases. Please give this video a like, subscribe to this channel, ring that bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good stuff. But anyways, let's get into this game. On the left we have Rotom, on the right we have Lost Kyogre. Lost Kyogre starting things out with a Battle VIP Pass. Battle VIP Pass, very powerful item card. You can only play it on your first turn. But when you do, you search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. So it looks like those 2 Comfey are coming down here. We're debating the Sableye. I think I saw a Sableye right quick, or was it in hand? Either way, I'm going to attach that Greninja and retreat into the Comfey. Comfey is going to use Flower Selecting, which lets you look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put 1 card in the Lost Zone, keep the other one. Switch card to switch into that other Comfey. And another Flower Selecting coming down here. This choice not so obvious, Lost Zoning that Lost Vacuum there. Radiant Greninja will use its Concealed Cards ability, discard an energy card, and draw 2 cards. Cramorant going to hit the bench there and pass things over to Rotom V Star. We got those shoes in hand. Check and choose. Look at the top card. You can keep it or discard it and draw the next card and keep that card. Tower of Darkness coming down here. Tower of Darkness lets you discard a single strike card and draw 2 cards. So we'll see if we're going to use it here. Ultra Ball is going to discard a couple cards to search the deck for any Pokemon card. Imagine we'll see, depends on what's in the hand, but another Rotom V-Star, maybe that Miraidon with its Tandem Unit ability, to bring more electric Pokemon into play. Alright, Miraidon and its Tandem Unit lets you search your deck for a couple of Lightning Pokemon and put them on your bench. So I imagine we'll see another Rotom V and a Mareep. Depends on what's in hand, of course, but I see that Mareep being eyeballed right there. There we go. Mareep and Rotom V hitting the bench. We are getting set up here. The Rotom V-Star's attack, let's see, I'll let you guys know what that is. Scrape Pulse, 80 plus. Put any number of Pokemon tool cards from your discard pile to the Lost Zone. This attack does 40 more damage for each card you put in the Lost Zone this way. So this deck, Rotom V-Star, if you didn't know, wants to get a bunch of tool cards in the discard pile to take big one-hit KOs on the opposing Pokemon. Energy will be attached to the active Rotom V. And Professor's Research will be the supporter per turn. Professor's Research, discard your hand, draw 7 new cards. Starting off fresh in the second half of this turn here, escape our experience share going on to that bench Rotom V. And Rotom V will use its ability to draw 3 cards and end the turn. Perfect for turn 1. Alright, looks like a Course Experiment is coming down here on the Lost Kyogre side to start things off. Course Experiment supporter, look at the top 5 cards, Lost Zone 2 of them, and keep the other 3. Flower Selecting from the active Comfey there, sending a Super Rod to the Lost Zone. Pokestop coming down. Pokestop, discard the top 3 cards of your deck, keep any items that you reveal in this way. Looks like a Nest Ball was found. Nest Ball will be played. Nest Ball lets you search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it to the bench. Can you play a Nest Ball if your bench is full? Let me know in the comments. Let's exercise those brains today in the Professor's Lab. Nest Ball, find another Comfey. Energy attached to that active Comfey, another Comfey coming up, and the second Flower Selecting going down, sending the easy mode Battle VIP Pass to the Lost Zone. Escape Rope coming down. Your opponent promotes a new active Pokemon from their bench first, and then you do the same. So imagine we'll see that either Miraidon or Rotom V come to the active spot. I'd probably pick the Miraidon myself, and Comfey coming to the active, the third one there, and the third flower selecting, coming down, lost zoning that Echoing Horn, keeping the other card from the top of that deck. Don't think we've seen a Radiant Greninja concealed cards just yet. But we can only use it if there's energy in hand. Mirage Gate coming down. I'm not sure what the lost zone count is. This lost zone isn't laid out, or there's no markers, or I haven't been keeping track. But look, we're going to count. It's got 7, it looks like there. Yep, 7 cards in the lost zone, so Mirage Gate is online. We'll see if the player decides to use it or not. Switch cart coming down to switch into that Cramorant. And for now, nothing really valid to Mirage Gate 2, so you don't have to do it just quite yet. Sableye coming down onto the bench there, getting ready to go. And Cramorant will attack with its attack spit innocently for free thanks to the Lost Provisions ability. As long as there's 4 or more cards in the Lost Zone, it can attack for free. On the Rotom side, Rotom V-Star evolving, Flaffy evolving, Galarian Articuno V hitting the bench there. Eyeballing the discard pile, seeing what resources have been used. Are there any electric energy? Yes, Flaffy with this Dynamotor ability can accelerate a lightning energy from the discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Energy being attached to the active Miraidon to retreat into that fully powered up Rotom V-Star. Pokestop being used. Choice Belt. Since those are no longer item cards, those tool cards, they go straight to the discard pile, and that's exactly what you wanted to see if you're the Rotom V player with those fist pumps there. Lightning energy getting discarded as well, not the end of the world. They can be accelerated with Flaffy's Dynamotor. Ultra Ball coming down, discarding 2 cards to search the deck for any Pokemon. I guess you just find another Rotom V-Star here to evolve the one on the bench. Maybe the other Rotom V-Stars stars are prized. Looks like Squawkabilly EX will be the target of that Ultra Ball. Squawkabilly EX ability can only be used during the first turn of the game, so just thinning that out of the deck there. Could be discarded with Rotom V's V-Star power or with that Professor's Research. Professor's Research coming down there, discarding the hand and drawing 7 new cards. Every time I see this Rotom V-Star deck, it just goes. You got a solid player here piloting it as well, but yeah, this deck just goes. All right, I think we're debating on using Rotom V-Star's V-Star ability Conversion Star. Yep. So you could discard any number of cards from your hand, and then you draw that many cards. So discarding, 6-ish cards from the hand, keeping the ones that are best in the hand, and drawing for every card you discarded that way. Trekking Shoes coming down, looking at the top. I think you keep that energy. Nope, I guess it's okay to discard. And then you draw the next one. Perfect. Another energy card. Alright, I think only 0 tools need to be discarded here since Cramorant's weak to lightning, but we're eyeballing that Articuno V's ability. No, just going to take the KO on the Cramorant. Looks like a Nest Ball was played as things resume over on the Lost Kyogre side. Nest Ball going to fail. You don't have to bench a basic Pokemon if you don't want to, even if there's one in deck. I just saw that Kyogre is there in deck, so that's good. Course Experiment coming down, looking at the top 5, keeping 3 and lost zoning 2 of them. Getting rid of that Hisuian Heavy Ball and Nest Ball. We don't need those anymore at this point with our full bench. Concealed Cards coming down with that Radiant Greninja ability, discarding energy and drawing 2 cards. Super Rod being played to cycle back in some cards from the discard to the deck, up to 3, and any combination of basic energy and Pokemon can be shuffled back in with Super Rod. So gonna shuffle back in the those 2 energies there, and I imagine they're gonna come right back onto the field with their Mirage Gate. Water Energy being attached to Greninja. Mirage Gate attaching the Psychic and let's back up a little bit here. Mirage Gate, let me explain that one first. Mirage Gate's an item card. It can be played if you have 7 or more cards in the Lost Zone. When you play it, you can attach 2 different basic energy cards to your Pokemon in any way you like. So the Psychic and the Water Energy going on to that Greninja, Radiant Greninja, powering it up fully. Pokestop being used to discard the top 3, keeping any item cards there that you find into your hand, but nope, 0 item cards there found, and of course Experiment being found. I'm sure the player did not like to see that. Not sure what they were looking for with the Pokestop, but I guess it at least pushes you further into the deck to find the good stuff you need. Switch Cart being used to retreat into that Greninja, and Greninja using its attack that does 90 damage to 2 Pokemon on the other side of the field. Moonlight Shuriken, I believe, is its attack. Yeah, we can do 90 damage to 2 Pokemon on your opponent's side of the field. So that Flaffy was the target of one, knocking that out. Miraidon is the other recipient of the 90 damage, and play will resume over on Rotom V-Star's side here in this early mid-game. Alright, we definitely have a KO on the Radiant Greninja. I think that's the one you want to KO here. We would want to search for another Rotom V-Star to evolve on the bench. Not a big rush here, but something to do to keep advancing the board here. Electric or Lightning Energy will be attached to the Rotom V on the bench. Can we discard it, or do we want to discard any more tool cards here? Experience share going down on that Miraidon EX. Players taking a quick look at how many cards are in deck to see if oh wow, to see if Pokestop could be used. Pokestop is used and discards 3 tool cards, exactly what the Rotom V-Star player wants to see again. Boss's orders being eyeballed here, but not before a Articuno ability. Articuno V, discard 2 cards from your hand and draw a card. So more and more tools going into the discard pile, right where they want to be. Boss's orders coming down, bringing up that Sableye. Boss's orders, that powerful supporter, lets you bring up a Pokemon from the bench into the active spot, and a Rotom V Star taking the easy KO on that Sableye. Comfey is promoted and uses its flower selecting ability, easily sending that battle VIP pass to the Lost Zone, keeping the other card. Course Experiment coming down, looking at the top 5, and now the decision to be made. What 2 cards do I need less to send to the Lost Zone? A couple cards sent to the Lost Zone there, Escape Rope and something else, the other 3 being added to the hand. These Lost decks love to amass a giant hand size and have all the options for their turn here. Considering using that Radiant Greninja's Concealed Cards ability, 3 cards left in deck. Yep, Concealed Cards being used, discarding an energy card and drawing 2 cards. Is there exactly 1 card in deck? Switch Cart being used to move that Comfey out of the active spot, and Sableye will be promoted. Psychic Energy being attached to the Sableye. Sableye has the powerful Lost Mine attack. As long as there are 10 cards, at least 10 cards in the Lost Zone, you may place 12 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. One of the most powerful attacks we've seen in the Pokemon trading card game ever. Alright, so enough damage counters being placed on that Miraidon EX to take the KO on it with Lost Mine. And where to put the rest of them? Just on the bench, Rotom V-Star, or Rotom V. Now forcing that Rotom V to evolve to have more hit points, and there you go. First things first, evolve that Rotom V-Star to give it more hit points. Or evolve into that Rotom V-Star. 3 cards in deck. Wow, both of these players going through their deck, and nothing else to do but attack and take the KO on that Sableye. Radiant Greninja being promoted on Lost Kyogre's side. Lost Kyogre hitting the bench there. and becoming active. Radiant Greninja retreats into it. Alright, let me slow this down a little bit because we got the combo here now. You guys are about to see the Aqua Storm. Aqua Storm is Kyogre's first attack for colorless. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck, and then choose 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon. I see a 2 prize Pokemon here and a 2 prize Pokemon here on Rotom's side of the field on the bench, and 3 prize cards left to take by the Kyogre lost player. Aqua Storm, discard the top 5 cards of your deck and then choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This attack does 50 damage for each energy card you discarded in this way to each of those Pokemon. Alright, so we saw the Greninja retreat into the Kyogre, which was the last card in deck. Energy Recycler being played to shuffle 5 basic energy from the discard pile into the deck, and then a Super Rod being played to shuffle more energy back into that deck. So yep, there we go. We're going to shuffle all that energy back into the deck thanks to those 2 item cards. The deck is nothing but energy right now. Water energy being attached to the active Kyogre. Mirage Gate coming down to attach a lightning and a water energy to that Kyogre, powering it up fully. And now, nothing left to do but Aqua Storm. 1 card, 2 energy cards, 3 energy cards, 4 energy cards, 5 energy cards. 250 damage being dealt to that Rotom V-Star and Articuno V on the bench to take the last 3 prizes of the game. What an explosive round 1 we got to witness there in this league tournament that took place yesterday. Such a good time. Way to kick things off. What did you guys think of this video in the commentary? Please let me know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.